Justin requested me on Patreon to review Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I'm very excited about this, because not only is Raiders my favorite Steven Spielberg movie, it's also among my top 5 favorite movies ever. This is one of those films where every creative decision just clicks, and the result winds up a brilliant piece of entertainment that also delivers memorable characters and a terrific plot. In seeking to bring back the serial adventures of their youth, Spielberg and George Lucas were also able to modernize them for a new generation, and they created something timeless too. So why does Raiders of the Lost Ark work so well? First and foremost is the character of Indiana Jones, one of the greatest heroes in cinematic history. As brilliantly played by Harrison Ford, he's a character the filmmakers were not afraid of making vulnerable. He's frequently injured throughout the course of the movie, and they balanced his seemingly macho persona with light comedic moments that also fit the character. He's not afraid to admit he's making this up as he goes, as he constantly thinks on his feet to stop the Nazis from taking hold of the Ark of the Covenant. So much of the movie involves Indy winding up in a scrap and trying to get out of it, thus evoking the feel the cliffhanger adventures Spielberg and Lucas are paying homage to. A large amount of the credit for why Raiders of the Lost Ark is so good goes to the screenplay. Spielberg and Lucas came up with a lot of the set pieces first, and then Lawrence Kasdan was tasked with tying them together into a cohesive narrative and developing the characters, and he succeeded spectacularly well. Michael Eisner even said it was the best script he ever read when he was president of Paramount. The opening sequence tells you so much about who Indiana Jones is, his motivations, and his rivalry with Belloc. And then shortly after that, we're introduced to the setup of the Nazis looking for the Ark, and then we're off to the races. And that's all just in the first 20 minutes. From then on, we get one exciting action sequence after another, and thanks to Spielberg and his editor, Michael Kahn, the movie winds up a really fast-paced hour and 55 minutes, but never in a way that feels exhausting. Regarding the action scenes, they deliver in their goal of being inventive and thrilling and unforgettable. It's remarkable how each one leaves a memorable impression, with all of them delivering their own unique level of excitement. There's the famous boulder rolling after Indy in the opening, the fiery bar fight scene in Nepal, and the tussle near the Nazi airplane, to name a few. The high point in the film, though, is the truck chase scene. This deserves to be considered one of, if not the greatest action sequence ever put to film. From the choreography, to the stunts, to the editing, to John Williams' music, to the constant struggle to get a hold of the truck, it's an example of what makes Spielberg one of the best directors when it comes to blocking and action. And then there are little moments throughout the film that provide unexpected joys, like Indiana just shooting the swordsman rather than engaging in a fight with him. Yes, that was a last-minute decision made during filming, but it's still perfectly in character. What's interesting is that even with all the punches and whip cracks and shootouts, the climax does not have any of that. Instead, Indy defeats the villains because of his own smarts and the Nazis' hubris. Looking at a few of the other characters, Marion Ravenwood proves a wonderful companion and love interest for Indy. Karen Allen brought a lot of spunk to the role, making Marion someone who can more than handle her own, and it's great seeing her and Ford bounce off each other. Paul Freeman also delivers strong work as Belloc. They could have easily written him as just the evil version of Indiana Jones, but there's actually a bit more dimension there, and that leads to great moments like him drinking with Marion. Of course, a major component of Raiders of the Lost Ark is the score by John Williams. Everyone remembers the main theme, which is a rousing and triumphant piece of music fitting Indiana Jones and his escapades. However, as usual with Williams, he writes several fantastic compositions. The romantic theme for Indy and Marion is lovely, while the theme for the Nazis has the appropriate sinister tone. Williams' score also helps enhance the action, although one of the best cues is for the map room. It's a scene of just our main character planting a staff on the ground and watching a light shine on a scale model. However, with Williams' music on top, it becomes one of the most exciting moments of the movie. The fact that you can just look at the soundtrack listing and know exactly what music fits each scene is a testament to Williams' talent. Ultimately, Raiders of the Lost Ark is an excellent story about good triumphing over evil. Through the course of the movie, there's an urgency in seeing that the Nazis don't get a hold of the Ark and use it to further their horrible agenda, so you're right there on Indy's side in hoping they can be stopped. There are many sorts of globe-trotting adventures out there, but this one in particular is such a joyful tone as Indiana Jones flies from one place to the next. The idea of having it centered on the Ark of the Covenant was especially inspired, and you can actually thank Philip Kaufman, the director of The Right Stuff, and the 1978 version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers for that. You can sense Spielberg and Lucas behind the scenes just throwing in so many inventive ideas for the action sequences, with Kasdan also doing a lovely job with the more character-driven moments. Raiders of the Lost Ark is a movie I'm always happy to return to, as you can watch it over and over again and never tire of it. It's an excellent introduction to this legendary hero and Steven Spielberg at the top of his game, which is saying something considering all the amazing movies he's directed since 1971. Let me know in the comments what you think of Raiders of the Lost Ark, and thank you for the request, Justin.